Hey guys, it's Ted with HDpiano. Here's the intro to Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone. 2, 3, 4. And that's the verse. So really quick section we're learning here in this introduction, but I wanted to treat it separately from other parts of the song because it is different. And it's also kind of complex. You want to really nail this intro before you get into the rest of the song. I will start by pointing out that we're in the key of A major, and here's the A major scale. This is one where it's really helpful to review that scale before you get into the song, because we're pulling almost exclusively from that set of 7 notes. And right at the beginning, if you look at the bass notes in this chord progression that happens, we're just walking down from the top of the scale, note by note. And then we're going to go to A. So we walk from A down the A major scale to D, and then jump to A. And that's the entire chord progression in this introduction. All right, so now that you have that root note pattern in mind for these chords, I'm just going to block out the chords, meaning playing all of the notes together before I show you the intricacies of this keyboard part. Because, for example, in this first chord, right? That seems like a lot going on in the left hand, but if you notice, we're just outlining the exact same chord shape that's in the right hand. It's an A major triad. And so that kind of carries through a lot of these chords. Things are more complex than they seem if you just look at them as chord shapes. So let's go chord shape by chord shape. We start on A major for 2 beats. Then we'll go to E over G sharp for 2 beats. And I'm playing these shapes so that if you practice them this way, you'll kind of have all your fingers in place for the notes you need once you get to the actual keyboard part. After that is F sharp minor. So you're just going to need one note in your left hand here. And then we would call this F sharp minor over E. It's the exact same chord in the right hand, but we've moved the left hand down to E. And then check out this way of playing D major. So like I said, I'm showing you the chord shape so that your hand is exactly set up for what you need. You know, the part here is. And for that reason, you can practice blocking out the chord like this. Even if this is maybe a little unfamiliar, you might be used to playing D major, something like this. But in this case, we're playing D major like this. Okay, and I'm skipping over this run there. And we'll look at that in a minute, but here's the shape that we need for the last chord, which is A. Very simple way of playing an A major chord. We're not playing the 5th at all. And that's it for the intro chord progression. You do maybe want to also be ready to go into this E major chord, which starts the verse. That's what's coming next. Okay, so, block through those chords. I'm going to play through them quickly now, and this might be kind of a first level you want to get to on this introduction, is just being able to play through the chords in this fashion. So, A, E over G sharp, F sharp minor over E, D, A, and then have this E in mind for the start of the verse. Okay, so that's our chord progression. Let's look at all these fun details now that really make it sound like the song. So our left hand starts with that arpeggio pattern. Okay, so take your time with that. You notice I'm using sustain pedal now. That's important. I'm going to change the pedal, meaning lift it up and put it back down every time I play a new chord. That's what happens with the E over G sharp. Now here's F sharp minor. Now check this out. That's the hardest part of this introduction, technically, is using fingers 2 and 4 to play that, and then going to 3 and 5 to play that, and 1 and 3 there. That was something that took me a long time to get comfortable doing. We call this space between two notes a third, and that's because you can count it 1, 2, 3. And this is something that's kind of tricky to get the coordination for, where you alternate pairs of fingers like this in order to play thirds and make them sound connected. You know, so be patient with yourself with this moment. Okay, let's look at the D chord. Okay, cool. So that's new, and that's also really fun to play. So I'm still outlining a D major chord, but we also have the E in there. And then we get to A. You gotta lift up the A here so your left hand can grab it. And then same thing that we did on the D chord now happens on an A major shape. And once you land on that G sharp, you're gonna hold it out while the rest of your hand fills in this E major chord. I'm gonna play the last two measures once more. And now, one more time, here's the entire introduction. 2, 3, 4. And there you have it. That's part 1. Okay, great job on part 1. If you're on HDpiano.com already, you can click on the next video. If you're not, head on over so you can keep going with this song. If there's another song you want to learn, send us your ideas at requests.hdpiano.com. You can follow us on social media for a heads up about new lessons. And if you're on YouTube, drop us a comment because we love hearing from you. I'm Ted with HDpiano.com. Until next time.